Why, thank you very much. It's so nice to be among friends on this beautiful Friday night. Thank God it's Friday. TGIF. And most Friday nights, if you frequent Mashpee Commons, you'd find me sitting on this stool. Not a bad guess. Let's say that you're eating rice and it's rolled with nori and some raw fish. Asia, give that girl a cigar. Oh, no more cigars. We don't do that anymore. So we're going back in time now. What kind of stories do you think it would be telling sitting at a sushi bar? Well, back when I was dating my husband, you know, you get talking about, well, what did you do before you met me? Let me see, it kind of reminds me of a song. You can't always get what you want. Can't always get what you want. But you try sometimes and you find, get what you need. Yep, that kind of sums up the 70s for me. Yeah, the 70s were the time. Oh yes, honey, what did you do back then? Well, let's see. What I remember, I remember selling lingerie at Filene's, and I drove a school bus, the hardest job I've ever had in my life. And I climbed some mountains in Switzerland. That wasn't a job, but it felt like it at the time. Let's see. Oh, I raced boats over Martha's Vineyard, and he goes, wait. Next thing you're gonna tell me that you were a mud wrestler. Hart, be still. How did you know? The 70s. Remember the 70s? Disco? Saturday Night Fever. Da-da-da-da, that's what's going on. And they had the mechanical bulls because of Urban Cowboy. Yeah. Well, some nightclubs decided it would be a good idea to have female mud wrestling. I never tried that before. I saw the sign, female mud wrestlers wanted. I really didn't want my name attached to the fact that I was going to try female mud wrestling. So I went in as my alias, Crystal Kendrick. She was my alias. I used her when, remember we had air guitar for air guitar contest. So good enough. Crystal Kendrick checking out the mud wrestling facility. So I went into the basement of this place. It was Timothy's 2 in Framingham, in case you're wondering. And they had a sandbox there in the middle of the nightclub filled with mud. And of course, the clientele was 95% young men. Well, that's not too bad. I was 23 at the time. It's a hell of a way to meet a guy, but who knows? So I went up to the guy who identified himself as the referee, Kevin. I said, Kevin, so what's this all about? What do I have to do? Do I have to dress sexy or something? He goes, no, Crystal. All you have to do is wear a pair of these gym shorts here and a t-shirt. And then, what about the wrestling part? I mean, who would I wrestle around here? Looking at the mostly men. He said, oh, no. It would be another woman. And we would make sure that she was the same weight and height you are. Okay. That didn't sound too bad. So who would it be? He goes, that girl over there. Yeah, it's her name, Donna. Yeah, she's here celebrating her 25th birthday. Yeah, to me it looked like Donna had been celebrating her birthday most of the day. So things looked really good. He said, yeah, so the idea is all you have to do is pin her 3 times in 5 minutes and you get $50. 3 times, 5 minutes, you're on. That's it. And he goes, yep. And he goes, yep, Donna, come over here. All you girls gotta do is, you know, it's wrestling. This is the time of Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant. Remember, wrestling was the big thing back there in the 70s. She said, so what you gotta do, girls, is when you get done pinning each other, and really do it up, okay? I want you to grab my legs and throw me down in the mud too. Okay, Kevin, whatever you say. I was kind of wondering what I got myself into anyway, but hey, Crystal Kendrick was still up for it. So needless to say, I was going to demonstrate it, but since this mic won't allow me to get down on my knees and show you what it's like to be facing off with another woman in a sandbox full of mud, that's what it is. You get facing them, and then they hit the gong, ding, and down went Donna. And she's up like a little weeble, and boom, down. 2 times down. Seconds going, not even up to a minute or 2. Boom! 3 times down. The winner, Crystal Kendrick. Woo! Okay, we grab Kevin by the legs, drop him into the mud, cover him over really good, and that's it. And Donna staggers off to be with her friends, and I think I'm home clear till I feel this hand on my shoulder, and I look around, and as they say, I saw a mountain, this time a mountain of a woman, who said to me, I'll wrestle ya. You know when they say she was 6 by 6 by 6? That was it. And of course, what was her name? Tiny. I'll wrestle ya. I'm like, well, that's okay, Tiny. I'm all done now. I am. I say, well, and she turns to the crowd, and she says, I'll wrestle any one of you. So I skedaddled out of there, getting to the homemade showers they had in the back room to get all the mud out of my ears and nose and eyes and such. But I backed out there and watched Tiny move around the crowd, picking out her victim, the guy who said he'd wrestle her, this tall, lanky guy. Well, needless to say, I have to tell you, the last vision I saw of Tiny with this guy, you gotta imagine this. She had the guy behind her neck, and she was doing one of these. She was spinning him around, and she tossed him out into the crowd. So, I was glad it wasn't me. I got washed up, and I made my way out, and referee Kevin stopped me and said, Crystal, you know, you were really good out there. How'd you like to make a habit of this? I'm like, Kevin, you got my $50? He's like, yeah. He goes, yeah, so? I said, how'd you like to make a habit of this? We're changing to Jell-O next week. I'm like, no thanks, Kevin. You know, I got a philosophy of life. I say that life is like a buffet table. I mean, you can go around once and sample everything, and there's some things that you come back for seconds. Unfortunately, Kevin, mud wrestling is not the one I'm coming back for seconds. So what I have to say to you folks tonight, the moral of this story, and the moral I told my darling husband, who's here now, why you venture into mud wrestling, is because life is short. I know that as a hospice home health aide now. And you gotta grab, like the ad says, all the gusto that you can, and just go out and do something different. Do something that scares you. Take an alias. Just do it. I mean, it doesn't have to be mud wrestling.